Thank you for listening to our lessons from Daily Bible Reading. Lesson today is It Ain't That Easy. In yesterday's reading in Jeremiah, the 28th chapter, we read about Hananiah. Hananiah was a false prophet. He gave the people messages that were lies. And so we're told in chapter 28 and verse 15 and following, it says, Then said the prophet Jeremiah unto Hananiah the prophet, Hear now, Hananiah, the Lord hath not sent thee, but thou makest this people to trust a lie. Therefore thus saith the Lord, Behold, I will cast thee from off the face of the earth. This year thou shalt die, because thou hast taught rebellion against the Lord. So Hananiah the prophet died the same year in the 7th month. Man, you look at the television, you see the televangelist. You look and you see throughout the religious world those people teaching so many different messages. You find in the church the same thing arises. People are turned away, as Paul warned in 2 Timothy 4, to those who will scratch their itching ears. I wonder how much of that would go on if we could simply strike them dead. Well, we're not going to do that. It ain't that easy. You look, though, and you find that as the problem still arises, it goes on, that we have the challenge. It's not easy, but it is something that is necessary. We look and we find that we are blessed with the new covenant, which is given to all the world, Matthew 28:18 through 20. We have the ability to know those things, John 8 and verse 32, and that behooves us to examine the things that are taught, Acts 17 and verse 11, and see whether they're so. But based upon that, as we try the spirits, 1 John 4 and verse 1, we have to take a stand. Jeremiah took a stand against Hananiah. He did it in a miraculous fashion, God speaking through him and God saying, You're going to die, Hananiah. But we ourselves have the ability, knowing those truths, to mark those who are false teachers, Romans 16 and verse 17. It's not easy. Many people look with disfavor. You can't do that. But the reality is, God says that's essential. Because what they're doing is perverting that right way. Galatians, the first chapter, verse 69 says, Those who teach it are lost, and those who follow it are lost. So we need to make sure that we protect that. We need to be those individuals, Jude 3, who are contending earnestly for the faith that was once delivered. We need to stand for that word. It would be easy if it were just to simply look and say, God says, and you're going to die. But the reality is, it's even more horrible than that. God says, you teach that, and people follow you. You're going to die, and they're going to die eternally. The way of salvation is through that gospel. It ain't easy to uphold it, to stand for it, to be separate from the world, to be on that narrow way, but it's essential. It's essential for our salvation and the salvation of others who are going to follow, who desire to find the way. They have the obligation to search. We have the ability, if we're following God, to help them find that way and to stand against the false teachers. It ain't that easy as Jeremiah had it. It was still hard in his day. Matter of fact, it was just plain dangerous. But we can do it. We have the ability if we have the love for God and the love for souls about us and realize that His Word is the way. Thanks for listening. You have a great day. Stand for the truth. It's worth it. Thank you again for joining us in this Bible study. We remind you, if you'd like to follow along in our daily Bible reading, the link below in the description of this video will give you the PDF so you can read right along with us. If you have any other questions or if you'd like information on a Bible study, contact us with the information provided on the screen before you.